We got ourselves team 1 with Trados as our arms warrior, with Le as a undead shadow priest. We got Unsofable. Oh my god, your name is gonna give me a lot of hard time, honestly. As an elemental shaman, we got ourselves Christina and Kachikan as a fury warrior in the back versus team 2 with Nai as a survival hunter, Daedra in the back as a demonology. We got ourselves Des as an assassin. First with Yandex and Uranus in the back, and looks like that's gonna be first up versus Unsofable. Yo, your name is if I call you Unstoppable, like, you understand why, right? You understand why. I already have a hard time with names, man. I already have a hard time with names, dude. I gotta do Russian names, I gotta do English names, I gotta do all these names, you know what I mean? Looks like Trados is trying to sit in the corner. I'll allow it. If he wants to just chill in the corner there, I'm okay with that, I guess. That's going to be Unstoppable, taking lots of big damage from Des, swapping out of Ghost Wolf actually at the end there. Knockback does come out for Unstoppable, does land the light lasso to Des though, right before the rogue gets away. The Shaman is at least going to maybe be able to get a Flame Shock on him, looking to get himself a heal. Des does not have an intro, big dress. Unstoppable looking very bad in his situation. Maybe I might need to go for a Hex onto Des and force a Cloak of Shadows out of him, dropping down the Earth Elemental. Does land the Hex. Des doesn't sit in that Hex for too long. It's going to be a Grounding Totem on one side, or Earthbind Totem on one side. Des catching a Restealth, not even advantage. It looks like maybe there wasn't even a dot on him. Unstoppable at least get himself a bit of a heal. Lightning in his hand still available, but Des is nowhere to be found. Does have an Earth Elemental, has the Earth Elemental wall if necessary, and Des, I think, might just wait this out. A really strong opener from the rogue. Popped in with the Vendetta, blood of the enemy, everything, even Dressigath. And that's going to be a perfect opportunity for Unstoppable to get that Earth Elemental wall. Might need to use it early. The earlier the better. You might as well, because you're going to have the Earth Elemental for a limited amount of time. Controlling his Earth Elemental, not using the stun from the Earth Elite just yet. That's going to be Lightning Lasso. What is that other totem? What is that thing? That other totem over there that's just shooting lava. I don't even know. Trying to get some lightning bolts. Does get the Earth Elemental. That's not the Sky Fury, is it? Is it like Magma Totem? Like, is it the same totem on that row, or the same row as the Elemental Totem, isn't it? That'd be interesting. So I think that totem might have missed, unless it does damage. Big blood of the enemy out of the rogue. Unstoppable chooses Trinket that can shot super late, super low. It looks like Des is going to be able to take him out with Christina. Up next, Des without a Trinket available. Big bite closes out the game. And Christina taking him out. Who's up next? Those are Trados and Uranus having a bit of a party of their own. It looks like it's going to be Yandex versus the Feral Druid. I think Yandex pretty confused. He's like, wait, is Trados out here? You see the guy dueling? I don't really know. Yeah, we have so many people in the middle of the arena, more than we're used to. That's one thing I think we can agree on. Christina waiting until the Death Ink is down, finds an opportunity to pounce at the Yandex, who IBFs us immediately, landing a stun to Christina, got him so full burst ready, and that's going to be double stun from the Strangulate into Remorseless Winter Stone. Thorns available for Christina. Yandex cannot really deal with the Thorns. It's going to be a wall for Christina, as expecting lots of damage from Yandex. Yandex dropping down the anti-magic zone for the Thorns, which is good for him. Might as well mitigate the damage any way he can. Yandex does not have any more defenses left though. Maybe a Lichborn with a bit of heals. That's going to be an Azotnik as an extra defensive. And that's going to be also Deathback. Might come out really early here. Bash to the Yandex. Wait, the big bites come out. Yandex does get himself a Warlock Hellstone, gripping the Christina back to... actually, maybe Christina leaping back into a maim onto Yandex. Taking him out. Not even letting him use Deathpack there. Daedra landing a stun into Christina. Double stun with the pets and everything. Double Crucible into Christina. That's going to be Entangled Roots for that pet. Going for a Warlock Port. Mortal Coil Christina out into the open. Needs to get a Tyrant onto Christina if he wants to be able to finish off the Feral. And Christina is going to get himself line of sight. Big wall down for Christina for a bit. No trinkets available. And if Daedra can get himself some sort of CC chain, maybe with a stun to Christina, maybe next time he has Mortal Coil available, he might be able to do something here. Christina should be able to set up bleeds. It's going to be a wall and a full Tyrant. Christina looking to avoid that Tyrant the whole time. Bioscourge Bombers from one side. Tyrant walking exactly where Daedra is. I think Daedra needs to find a way to get the Tyrant actually just stopped still there. Oh, he got rooted. That's why he got rooted. He didn't do anything. So far, Tyrant hasn't gotten a single cast. I think he might have gotten interrupted by Christina. I think he did get Skull Bashed. Mortal Coil into Christina. Daedra's still trying to fight through it, but Christina, he dealt with the biggest threat that Daedra could throw on him every 1.5 minutes. So now he has this Warlock out in the open. Succubus unable to really do much to Christina in terms of CC. They're taking a lot of damage to the face, and I think Christina's going to take him out. Big shreds, big bites, a couple brutal slashes here and there. Just brutalizing the enemy team. Nyla, we're going to be up next as a survival hunter with a pitchfork. Whereas Christina give him at least a little bit of an honor duel. Christina going for a bow from a distance. To at least be like, yo, we're dueling, but I ain't getting that close to you. He's not that comfortable with you. He wants to give you the honor duel, but... And what is that effect? What is that spell effect? It looks like it's a mace. Like, from a distance, it looks like you have like a weird shift in maze. Big damage to Christina, Reaping Flames, as Christina could not get out of the stun as Knight, turning up the heat. Bitter damage of his own. Aspect of the Eagle, as well as Coordinated Assault available. Christina, not a lot of defenses really left, going in for a massive self-heal play. And not giving him a moment to breathe. Cannot get this regrowth up and running. Is going to be a bit of that Ursal's Vortex knife breaking out of it. Ursal's immediately with a disengage. Christina is still super low. Killshot is in play. Maybe Christina goes down here. Killshot comes out. Harpoon's next to him. Christina somehow still gets another heal. Nye still trying to turn up the pressure with more dots. Christina might be able to get a full stun tonight. Does he have enough to finish him off? Brutal Slash comes out. It's going to be Turtle for Nye as the pet does go down. Might need to resummon the pet immediately. Does Nye still die to dots? No, Manic Bandage does keep him alive. It looks like Lei. The Shadow Priest from Stormscale is going to be up next for Team 1. We're only 6 minutes into this duel. Kachka and Trados still haven't enough to play. We still have Unai and Uranus on the other team. For Knight, it might be a good idea to just sit in camo for a bit. He's almost full on health, so might as well. As we're going to be rolling into that 7-minute mark very, very soon. 11% dampening, so still a lot of healing to be done. And Lei being a Shadow Priest, perfect opportunity for a bunch of DPs to drop down onto the Survival Hunter. Nye dipping up a couple of grenades onto Lei. He does go for a stun into a fear onto the Hunter, but doesn't sit in that fear for too long. And that's going to be Void Eruption. Not an instant cast Void Eruption. Nye does feign death removal of the dots. Lei does re-dot him back up. Stun onto the Shadow Priest as Nye exchanges dots of his own and looking for that line of sight. Lei dropping down Vampiric Embrace, so he's not going to be going down into him soon. And Nye taking a bit of that damage. As Lei dropping down DPs and Mind Blast into the Raptor, that actually sends apparitions into Nye. So that's a lot of damage on top of one another. So Nye might just need to play this very, very carefully. Throw down CC, throw down traps to deal with Lei. Does drop in the bike, which hasn't been nerfed in this patch. Lei going in for double Crucible into Nye with a stun. I think it's going to be lights out for the Hunter. Shadow Mensa coming out for Lei. Unless Nye has some damage. Does get the interrupt on the Shadow. Does he have enough damage? Maybe a Disperse comes out. Disperse does come out. And Lei looking to end the fight. He looking to maybe get a double DP into a death onto Nye. Freezing Trap does stop him in place. And Nye still melting through those dots. Let's see if a feign death maybe. He's just hoping to survive at this point. What is that shield? I don't even know what that shield was. Does catch a camo. And that's going to be a lot of self-healing right now. Lei needs to pick up the eye and end this duel immediately. We are at the 8-minute mark. And he does pick up the eye. Looking for the Hunter. Hanging out by the other eye. Nye has only a few places where he can be. Does go for a bunch of Manic Bandages. It's going to be stunned. And Nye does not have a trinket to break out of it. Does go for a pet sack. That's going to be Lei with a mind control after those DPs are set up. That's going to be a lot of free damage for Lei without really having to CC. Not well, I guess he is CCing him. Feign Death coming out for Nye. Does get himself a massive shield with those Feign Deaths. It doesn't last long at all though. And Lei is getting it with a stun. Nye trying to get some dots into Lei, but still taking so much pressure from the trinkets and the other effects. I think Nye just dies to procs at this point. Freezing Trap on a Lei. Yeah, not a lot you can really do at that point. A Shadow Priest with all those dots and a couple procs here and there. Yeah. Still a lot of healing. Even though we are at 9 minutes in the duel, it's still a lot of heals. Uranus is going to be up next. Maybe goes in for a big blood of the enemy versus Lee. Lee actually did get juke on his Shadowcats. Big burst coming out from the Unholy DK. Void Eruption coming out for Lee. Does go for a big Void Eruption on all the pets that should give him a lot of self-healing with his Vampiric Embrace. And he's healing up so much together with Disperse. Silence onto Uranus. Not a lot of healing he can really do. Does go for a Death Pack with a Lichborn as well. Lee does go for a Greater Fade. And Uranus with an AMS, trying to see if he can survive. Lee does catch up on a lot of that heals. No interrupts available for the DK. And I think it's going to be lights out for the Death Knight. Unless he can somehow get some damage or catch up on heals. He's in a bad spot. Looking for those death strikes, about a 29% dampening. And Trados decided to leap in, hoping to maybe get his kill. Hasn't got to play at all. Did Trados get a kill? He did not. That leap at the end did nothing. Christina coming in with some big plays just now, though. Huge plays. And that Shaman versus Rogue duel at the very beginning, big pressure onto the Sham guy. Big pressure on him. That's hard, dude. That's hard. With Rogues going for Blood of the Enemy, people are actually playing more likely to play Blood of the Enemy for duels. Makes it that much harder because that's a lot of pressure. And your Trinket isn't going to be back up for the next Blood of the Enemy, so you're kind of just screwed.